What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're in the garage. We're going to be working on my 2022 Tacoma. I bought this Tacoma about 3 months ago, and I noticed that the bed doesn't have bed lights in it. But I noticed my buddy's Tacoma does have bed lights in it. So I went online, ordered a set of bed lights, and we're going to walk through the process of installing it. So stick around and follow along. All right, so here's the package that came in the mail for the bed lights. I ordered these off Amazon. They're not the OEM LED bed lights, I believe, but these were pretty cheap, so we'll see how they work. Let's open the package up. Let's make sure we actually got lights. We recently just did a road trip, and with the bed cover down, it is quite dark in the bed, especially at night. And if you have to search for something or try to get something out, it makes it pretty difficult. All right, so looks like we got a wiring harness, 2 wiring harness. We have light and light. So that's pretty good. Let's see. So my understanding is that the wiring harness is already in the truck for these. So you can get them directly from Toyota when you buy your truck. But I guess my package that I got did not include bed lights. So yeah, that's why we're here. Look pretty good. They are definitely LEDs. They look watertight. They've got some good gaskets on them. The wiring harness looks pretty secure. It looks like it's got good wiring. So I'm pretty happy so far with buying these from Amazon. Let's get them installed. All right, so as we get started, we're gonna need 2 tools. First tool is gonna be a panel removal tool or even a flathead screwdriver. I prefer these panel removal tools because they're plastic. They won't scratch the bed. Not that it matters because it's a bed and it's gonna get scratched, but just like to be consistent. These are great. Getting a set of these off Amazon, they're super cheap. It helps save you a ton of time. Second thing you're gonna need is a 10mm socket. This is an Icon set from Harbor Freight. They work great. They're super affordable. If you're not a full-time mechanic, you don't need Snap-on, don't really need Milwaukee. 10mm socket set for removing the tail lights. All right, so the next step is going to be opening up these panels. They're on both sides that these lights theoretically should pop right in, and the wire will run into a wiring harness that's connected up back behind these tail lights. So I've got a little panel removal tool here. We'll just pop these out. They pop out super simple. And let's do that on the other side as well. We'll give everyone a little bit closer look on this side. This side is super dirty. So just get under there, and it just pops right out and slides out. See how dirty probably the underside of this bed is. 3 months, almost 10,000 miles on this truck. All right, so now that we have both of these openings open, we can go ahead and unbolt this brake light to access that wiring harness. I believe you only have to remove 2 of the bolts. Some people say 4. We're gonna figure it out. I believe it's just these 2 that have to be removed. Tool switch time. Power tool is the best. So just note, these are a 10mm screw. Pretty much everything on this Tacoma is a 10mm screw. So maybe I was wrong and you do need more than just the 2. So 3 screws All right, 4 screws. Maybe the internet was right. All right, so once those bolts are removed, you just gotta get from the top here and pull. The first time you pop it out, it's pretty difficult. But once it's out, it's good. I'm just gonna rotate it over to the side there and get you guys in close. So as you can see here, this wire here coming up is going to be the wire that is going to be powering the bed lights. So it's already in this little channel here, so we can unhook that. And now we need to go inside the bed at that little hole that we opened up, hook up the wiring harness to the light, and feed it through this hole right here and connect it up to this wiring harness here. I do not believe there is a right and a left between these two, but I'm just going to pick one, and we're going to go with this one for the driver's side of the vehicle. So it looks like the wiring harness just snaps in pretty nicely and pretty secure. So now we're going to go try to fish this through that hole and come back out here. So on these lights, there's a top part that has like little fins. That goes in the top of the hole, and this bottom part, that's like a clip, clips into this little bottom divot recess, if you can see it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this through and try to catch it coming out that little hole. And I got it. So I'm just going to rest this here for right now. I'm not going to clip it in until I get this wiring harness connected. And here we are back. You can see that I got this through. Looks like because I didn't clip it in, it fell off. So let me go address that. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. All right, so we're going to clip you in. You are now permanent. All right, so we can pull this through. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and connect my wiring harness up. Boom. I believe this guy here, this little adapter, let me get it on the loose wire that I have. This adapter right here is going to feed right into this top hole here, clip into place, and I believe we can leave this wiring harness, this connector in place. I think some people do remove it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this one, there's a clip already on it, to this bottom hole here. Just like that. Get my wires inside the truck, and we should be good to go. And we're just going to repeat the process on the other side. So stick around. All right, so this side should be much of the same in terms of taking out this tail light, feeding the wiring through, connecting it up, and then at the end we'll go ahead and pop both tail lights back in. I'll get the lights on and we'll see how it looks. Lefty loosey. We're just gonna break the tension with the ratchet, and I'm just gonna use the impact to get them all the way out. There we go. impact just makes it a little bit quicker. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll put the links in the description for all the products I'm using today, from these trim removal tools to the socket set, and as well as the lights that I bought off of the Amazon. Same thing here. We're just going to come up to the top and pull. You want to pull straight away. First time you do this is a little difficult on any tail light. There's the top one. And let's get the bottom one. There we go. These are pretty lightweight plastic on some of these. So we're just going to hang that light down like that. All right, so much of the same on this side. What we're going to do is a little bit quicker though. We're just going to connect up our wiring harness to the light. And we're going to go around and drop it in. As you can see here, there's another wiring harness already running through the bed of the truck. It's not a problem. We just have to kind of avoid that as we feed this through. And we'll probably pop this existing wiring harness, wiring connector off to connect the light wiring harness. So what we'll do is we'll disconnect this guy, just like such. And I'll keep the angle from this side here so you can see how I feed this wiring harness through from this side here. Just gonna put it on the side of the bed. And then just come here. There we go. Ooh. It's a tight fit with that other wiring harness. Ooh. There we go. Just pull it through. There we go. And then here we go. We're just going to connect this top piece to this one here. Hold it in place nice. We're going to connect these two like so. And this old wiring harness, this wiring clip, just pops right out, just like so. We don't need it anymore. These are pretty cool. These are pretty nice. And then we're just going to take this one and we're going to pop it right back in there. Take its place. So here we are inside the truck. You have your bed light control here. What you're going to do is I'm just going to flip it into the on position, and we're going to go around to the bed and check to make sure everything works before I put the lights, the tail lights back in. So we're back here at the bed. The lights have both successfully been installed, and they're working great. Both sides are on. I have the switch in the on position. Let's get these tail lights back installed, make sure everything is nice and secure. We'll close up the bed cover, and we'll see how bright it looks inside the bed with these aftermarket bed lights. So reinstalling these is pretty simple. We're just going to come back, make sure it's in the right orientation. You've got your screw holes on the side that are going to hold it in. And you're going to make sure you line up these pins. There's 2 of them on the outer side, and then you have the screw holes towards the inside. Make sure your wiring harnesses don't get clipped. Top one's lined up, bottom one's lined. They pop right back in. It's quite easy, actually. So just get these screws lined back up. Screw 1 and screw 2. So I was right in the beginning of this video. It is only 2 screws that actually hold in the light. It's this bottom screw as well as this top bottom screw, if that makes sense. So not this highest screw. The one right below it is the tail light, and then the one below this lowest one here is for the tail light. We're going to use the impact to tighten this up, but we're going to put it on the lowest speed. Not going to strip anything. Get it nice and tight. Hand tight. And we could do the 2 for the other ones that we took out. Those were not needed for this project. Those did not need to take those out. So we'll take our trusty socket set, give it a good tighten. Don't want to put them too tight, but don't want them coming out. Yeah, that feels good. I don't know if Toyota has a torque spec for these, but maybe worth looking into. What I'm just going to do is I'm just going to check these back every couple months, make sure they are in good condition, and make sure they haven't loosened up. So that's the driver's side. Let's do the passenger side. Passenger side is similar. Same thing, make sure our pins are lining up. And we're going to go in. It looks like, this is a metal. I think on the other side I might have damaged the inner connector for this one. Oh. That's what happens when they make some of these parts pretty cheaply. Same thing, we're going to line up the pins. We're going to do top and bottom. Pop right in. That was nice. That was much nicer than the other side. Same thing here. Gonna re-screw in the ones we didn't have to take out. You really want to make sure you don't cross-thread anything here. Make sure this is nice and lined up. Whoop. There's that. There it is. That's it. You have to remember these taillights are made of plastic, so you got to be a little bit careful with them. That's why I'm, not tightening them down all the way with the impact. Just trying to get them a good portion of the way down. This top one's got. I'm not going to use the impact on this side. It takes too much time to change it over. I do have more 10mm sockets, but that means I gotta go find them. And, that's a lot of work. Because if you know where all your 10mm sockets are, you are better than me. There we go. That one's good, and we'll do the bottom one. Actually, I'm gonna switch over to the impact. All right, back to the socket. Make sure everything is tight. We're gonna make sure these brake lights are tight. That's good. And just keeping everything nice and secure. Nice. And that's it for the install. I thought this was gonna take a long time. That took me about an hour, and I'm filming, so moving the tripod, setting up the tripod, and making sure the audio is working, which sure some of it's not working in this video. And trying to figure out, I didn't really watch a video on how to do this. I just knew that the wiring harness was in there. I knew how to take off these lights, kind of put 2 and 2 together. So I hope this video helps some of you who bought a Tacoma, doesn't have bed lights, you want to add some. That was super easy. If you're looking at buying a Tacoma and they're gonna charge you extra to put these in, don't do it. Call me and I will come do it for you for free and we can have a beer together. Definitely an easy process. Let's close the bed cover and take a look at how it looks inside the bed. So I have a Rough Country bed cover. I like it. I don't think I love it. Let me know in the comments if you guys want a review of this bed cover. I installed this myself just after the truck came. I didn't do a video of it. It didn't take me very long. But let me know in the comments below if you want some more truck content. I could do some product reviews. I've put this through the test. I mean, we've had this truck for 3 months. This bed cover's got some good dings and dents in it. So let me know in the comments if that's the kind of content you want to see. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you don't like. I'm here to please everyone, or try to. All right, so we're going to turn the lights off in the garage and jump up into the truck and see how bright these are. All right, let's come around and take a look. Wow, that's great. That's really great. You can see I have my dog Mila's Chuck It in the bed here. Kind of just floats around in there. And you can see it perfectly. When these lights were off, couldn't really see it. This is going to make storing stuff in here on road trips, or even if you just run to the store at night, it's going to make it super, super easy. Super happy with this install. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's a wrap for today's video. We just installed bed lights in my 2022 Tacoma. Super easy project. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to know your feedback as I'm getting my channel started. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of your week.